The Chun mansion stood in eerie stillness that evening, not from emptiness, but from the delicate breath of something so fragile it demanded the world hush around her. Inside the master bedroom, the very heart of the cold, dark home that once echoed with ruthless silence, sat Chun Jungkook. But not the king the world feared. Not the man who struck terror into every rival's chest. Not tonight. Tonight he sat on the edge of the bed, arms cradling a trembling little girl, as if he were the most breakable thing in the room. His sister. His Ina. The one he had searched for, madly, blindly, furiously, for 4 long years. The fire of his rage had scalded half the underworld. Every whisper of a child sold, every rumor of a stolen girl. He had chased them all. Sleepless nights, endless raids, blood-stained deals and broken treaties. Finally. She was here. In his arms. That she was not whole. Finer. Every sound, a footstep, a breath, a whisper made her flinch. When Yoongi had quietly stepped into the hallway earlier to check on them, his barely audible sigh had caused her to jolt violently in Jungkook's arms. Jungkook could still feel the terrible feeling of knees shaking in his arms, eyes wide open full of tears, but nothing coming out from her mouth. Her silent, terrified condition had torn through the quiet air like shattered glass, and Jungkook's entire world collapsed. His arms had wrapped around her tighter, voice trembling. Jungkook. Angel. It's okay. Oppa's here. It's me. No one's going to touch you. No one's going to hurt you again. I swear it. I swear it on everything I have, Ina. Now. She sat curled in his lap, tucked against his chest, her tiny fingers grasping the fabric of his black hoodie. As if it were the only solid thing in her world. Her body still trembled with every few breaths. Jungkook stroked her hair gently, his hand moving so softly that even the wind would have envied the grace of his touch. Jungkook. You're safe now, Ina. He whispered again. How many times had he whispered it tonight? 20. 50. It didn't matter. He would say it 1,000 more if it made her believe it. His voice, once a blade that could silence a room, now trembled like a child's. Jungkook. Used to dream about you, he whispered into her soft, tangled hair. Jungkook. For 4 years. Every night I'd imagine what you looked like. I used to get scared, you know? Scared that maybe I was too late. That maybe I'd find you. And you'd hate me for not coming sooner. Ini made no sound, but her grip tightened. Her forehead pressed deeper into his chest. Jungkook. And when I saw you on that stage tonight, dressed like that, looking so lost, I swear, something inside me broke, Ina. I've never felt like that. I didn't feel like a king. I didn't feel strong. I felt like a failure, like the worst brother in the world. The tears came silently, not hers, but his. Jungkook, the iron-hearted Chun, cried. Slow. Heavy tears slipped down his cheeks as he held the trembling child tighter. Jungkook. You're so small, he choked. Closing parenthesis. Jungkook. So quiet. So scared. God, baby, what did they do to you? His chest heaved with the effort of not falling apart. Jungkook. I'm sorry, he whispered. Jungkook. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I'm sorry they touched you. I'm sorry you had to scream for help and no one came. But I'm here now. I won't let go. Never again. Her tiny fingers slid up, gently touching the edge of his jaw. Hesitant. Barely a touch. But it was enough. With a muffled sob, he tucked her under his chin. Kissed her forehead 12 times, each one a vow. Jungkook. You're my baby, he murmured. Jungkook. You hear me? You're my heart. No one will ever take you from me again. Outside, the world kept moving. Inside, the Chin mansion exhaled. The cold, unforgiving palace of a Mafia king had finally become something it had never been before. A home. Because INI had returned. And Jungkook had found the one thing. He never knew he needed Colombe. His little sister. His light. His healing. And he would protect her with the same hands that once built an empire of fear, now trembling with nothing but love. He had barely let go of her since they returned. 4 years. 4 years of searching, losing sleep, chasing shadows, clinging to fragments of hope. And now, she was here. She was real. Jungkook, my little sister, my heartbeat, Oppa's lifeline. He murmured as his heavy eyelids closed for just a second, exhaustion tugging at the edges of his consciousness. But even as sleep tried to steal him away, his arms never loosened their hold. He was holding his whole world, his heart wrapped in silence and fear. In the middle of the night, it began with a twitch. YNIE, single quotes as fingers jerked. Her body tensed. Her breath hitched. Jungkook stirred, sensing the sudden shift. Jungkook. Ina, he whispered, brushing the hair from her face. But her eyes were tightly shut. A whimper escaped her lips. Then another. Then a sharp, muffled gasp, like someone choking her. INI. No. No, please. I didn't break it, please don't. She throws her hands. His heart stopped. Her legs kicked under the blankets. Her small fists clenched. YNIEE. No. Don't touch her, me. She shrieked. Jungkook jolted, fully awake. Jungkook. YNAAHH. She sat up screaming, eyes wide but not seeing. Her whole body trembled, soaked in sweat, as if flames were licking at her skin. Her mouth opened in another silent scream before. She let out a loud, heart-wrenching cry that echoed off the mansion walls. The scream was so loud, so raw, so full of terror, that every corner of the Chun mansion seemed to freeze. Doors flew open. Yoongi. I was the first to reach. Yoongi. YNAA. Namjoon and Hoseok rushed behind him. Panic etched across their faces. Namjoon. What happened? Jungkook. She's dreaming. Jungkook gasped, holding her tight as she struggled. Jungkook. A nightmare, no. No, baby. I've got you. I've got you. But INI didn't hear him. She was trapped. YNIEE. I didn't scream. It wasn't me. No, not the belt. Stop. Stop, please. She sobbed, trying to crawl away from a ghost only she could see closing parenthesis. Yoongi stepped closer. Yoongi. She's having a flashback, he murmured. Yoongi. PTSD. Deep trauma. Yoongi sat trying to hold INI. Who is senselessly crawling towards the corner. Jungkook's heart cracked. The sight of her thrashing and crying destroyed every ounce of strength in him. Jungkook, Hyung, I can't take this. She's hurting so bad. Namjoon, let's calm her down first, he said, kneeling beside the bed. Namjoon, Ina, Angel, you're safe now, sweetheart. It's me, Junie Oppa. It's okay. Ini, don't touch me. She screamed again, shielding herself. Ini, I'll be good. I promise I'll be good. Jungkook pulled her back into his arms, tears streaming freely down his face. Jungkook, you were always good. Always, Ina. They were bad. Not you. Never you. Her sobs shook her. His broke him. I swear, Jungkook whispered into her ear, his voice broken and trembling. Jungkook, I'll never let anyone hurt you again. I'm here. I'm not leaving. Not ever. Seokjin stormed in seconds later, medical bag in hand. Hair messy, breath ragged from running. Jin. I heard the scream. What happened? She had a nightmare, Yoongi said grimly. Yoongi, a bad one. Her worst. Maybe. Jin knelt by the bed and looked at Jungkook. Jin, let me try. Jungkook hesitated. Jin, she trusts only you. He added gently. Jin, hold her hand while I check her. Jungkook nodded and held her trembling fingers, whispering reassurances. Jungkook, it's okay, baby. It's only Jinhyung. He's here to help. Seokjin checked her vitals, his touch feather-light. Her heart was racing like a frightened bird. Jin. She's had multiple flashbacks, probably triggered by stress, exhaustion, and emotional overload, he said softly. Jungkook clutched Ini closer. Jungkook, what can I do? Jin, stay with her. Talk to her. Remind her where she is. Remind her she's safe. He nodded, then turned to Yniee, whose eyes were now wide open, red, swollen, wet. And afraid. Jungkook world stopped when he heard Yniee. I saw him, she whispered. Yniee. Appa. He hit me again. And Mrs. Han. She was bleeding. And then at the party someone touched me. Oppa. Bad touch. Her voice cracked. A sound that would haunt Jungkook forever. He pulled her into his arms, rocking her gently. Jungkook, he'll never touch you again. No one will. You're safe now. You're safe with me. Yniee. I want to die, she sobbed. Ini. I don't want to feel this. Jungkook. Don't say that, he cried, pressing his forehead to hers. Jungkook. Don't ever say that. If you go, what will I live for? She broke down all over again. So did he. They sat like this for hours. Still, they kept going. Because love didn't give up. Because Jungkook refused to give up. And though Ini didn't smile or speak more that night, she stayed curled in Jungkook's arms without flinching again. That was enough for now. That was hope. Later, as dawn crept in and everyone had dozed off, on the couches around the room, Jungkook kissed the crown of Ini's head. Jungkook. You're my whole heart, he whispered. Jungkook, and I will spend the rest of my life proving to you that you're safe, that you're home, that you're loved. Ini didn't answer. But her tiny fingers curled into his odie. And that was all the reply he needed.